Brian Salmon, NBC, Las Vegas. You said multiple times that you don't necessarily compare your fight with one of the fights in the past. You're a sports fan, boxing fan like myself. I know I've watched some fights a million times, like say Mayweather Hatton. Is there a fight that you have, not yourself, that's like your all-time favorite, you know, a couple that you love to watch over and over and over again just because of the technicality of the fight or something like that?
Not at all. Like I stated before, I didn't watch so much boxing and growing up. When I watch boxing now, I fall asleep. You know, so all the fights that I watched, the old fights, the super old fights, I fall asleep, you know, unless it's live.
And my last follow-up to that, well, not to that question, but a follow-up is, you in this relationship with the UFC and Dana White, is that something that you've already had before, or is that kind of a new thing that yourself and the UFC, you know, the facilities and everything else?
Well, I was working out here prior to going to camp. I did a pre-camp here and built a relationship with everybody here in the facility. And, you know, it's a great facility, so why not utilize it?
Terence, over here to your right. Andres with the Sporting News. My question is, you and Errol both talked about this being a very competitive fight. Would you be disappointed if it was very one-sided on your behalf? It seems like you both want this to be a war of some sort.
Not at all. If I go in there and win in the first round, I wouldn't be disappointed because I don't get paid for overtime.
A follow-up is, Errol recently said that he knows how to dig deep, and he said that you're more of glass, and he doesn't think you can take the pressure. What is your response to that?
You don't have to show me.
Terence, Sean Zattel, FightHype.com. Terence, you know, Errol is considered the A side coming into this fight, makes a lot of money and whatnot. There's even some speculation he wins this fight with you, he could make a big fight with Canelo Alvarez. Does any part of you take that into consideration and think, I can't win this fight 115, 113, 7-5? Do you think it all knockout or not just 7-5? I got to make it real decisive because of everything I just mentioned.
Just win the fight. Listen, man, we both prize fighters. We both make a lot of money in the ring. We're gonna make a lot of money come next Saturday, and I don't worry about what he has planned after me or any of that. I don't worry about going in there knocking him out. I just worry about going in there and getting a victory, and that's what I'm gonna do next Saturday.
Hi, Terence, right here. First, I have a message from Chris Cyborg who says good luck. Secondly, you already touched a little bit about training here at Apex. I know you've mentioned in the past wanting to potentially do an MMA fight. Does that give you a little bit of extra itch now that you see all these other MMA fighters training around you?
No, not at all. You know, like I said before, I used to wrestle a little bit, but UFC and MMA have never been something that I was planning to do or was training to do.
Hey Terence, Alan Dawson over here. You were mentioning that you just used to wrestle. I know you like basketball as well. Do you think you could beat Errol Spence at any sport, not just boxing?
Of course. I think I could beat anybody at any sport. That's just my nature of things. Like I said, I play sports to win. So if I'm going to challenge you or you challenge me, of course I'm going to play to win, and I'm going to believe wholeheartedly that I'm going to win. And that's anybody. You can beat Michael Jordan, and we play one-on-one. I'm going to still believe that I have the ability to beat you.
Is there anyone, you know, we're at the Apex right now, and you've been around the UFC. Is there anyone in the UFC that you like watching, whether they're a wrestler or a striker?
A lot of them. You know, Aljo, we just, you know, was playing around, joking about basketball and stuff like that, and he just won his last fight. There's a lot of UFC fighters that come through and they work and we just chat here and there, but, you know, when I watch them, you know, I watch them.